Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? How are we doing tonight? It's ABR Brops back in the booth once again, here for another round of Formula 20 racing. This is round 6, the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we have 20 drivers with us tonight. Let's get a quick rundown of the grid here. Salty himself, the man in the racing points, is back. Richard, 27, a new driver in the Alfa Romeo for my eyes. Time Lord is here in the Red Bull. QJ in the McLaren. Fausto in the Red Bull. Logan in the Williams. Lukey in the other Williams. Massive Noogies in the Merc. M3 in the AlphaTauri. Keaton in the Ferrari. Pyden in the Renault. Stuzy Verts in the Racing Points. Slick Willie in the AlphaTauri. Tidy Whitey in the Alfa Romeo. Donuts in the Mercedes. JDR in the Renault. Luciano in the Haas, Sufjan in the McLaren, Shazam in the Haas, Mojuice in the Ferrari, and yours truly on comms tonight. Guys, thanks for tuning in, and appreciate you all being here. Please send this out. Friends, family, I'm sure some of your buddies want to watch you go to war tonight. They've got nothing better to do on a Wednesday at 9:30 anyways. Send this out. Get them to come support you in the chat and follow along with this one. We should be getting things underway shortly here with short qualifying and a 50% race coming up at Hungary. And we'll get into more details as we get towards the session here. But again, appreciate you all tuning in for this one. It should be some good action tonight. Hungary provides quite a bit of close racing, in my opinion, and very tricky to get overtakes done. But as I said, we'll get into more details shortly. And if you could just sit tight, hang with us, and we'll get back to the action here in a couple minutes. And a big shout out to my man Find a Yum on stream. That's ABR Find a Yum. For you guys who don't know him, big time Finnish racer and a proud member of the ABR esports team. And he is joining us. Quentin Johnson, that's QJ in the chat. He's saying he thinks 113, 114 in that range for pole. Find a Yum joking with a 111.5. You would be on some serious esport level, my friends, if you could manage that one. But once again, appreciate you guys all being here. And we are now heading in to the session. Drivers choosing their tire allocation for the weekend here. And as I said, short qualifying up first. And then that 50% race distance should be about 35, 36 laps here at Hungary tonight. Obviously a shorter track on the F1 calendar. About a minute 18 per lap, I would say, in that range. 119. And hopefully we get some close racing here. It's definitely one of those circuits where, as I said, it's hard to overtake. I'd say turn 1 is probably one of your best opportunities. And then potentially a couple other options around the track, but not really anything that's going to stand out and really make sense for a move. But you never know what's going to happen when it comes to racing. And a couple more guys in the chat. Stubbsy is here. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. And US Ha, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Good to have you. And thanks for taking your time on a Wednesday to support the boys as we get into the session. And it looks dry, so good signs. We'll see if that sticks for the race. If you're a driver in here and you can help us out, give us some knowledge. Let us know if we have dry conditions for the race. And no, Jay Luciano in the chat dropping the big heat. This is going to be a wet race, ladies and gentlemen. That changes just about everything in qualifying here because obviously guys will have preferential wet setups, and that's going to be interesting. That's definitely going to be interesting to see if guys go for dry setups to take track position, or do you go the wet setup and hope for the best in the race. Beto is in here. Big up, Beto. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you on board with us tonight. QJ saying wet race. And that's just unfortunate. Salty, wet race as well. Boys, strap on your boots, get ready to go here, because this is going to be one hell of a race if we do have wet conditions indeed, as Donuts is out on track in the Mercedes here. First driver to get things going for us in the short session. Only 16 and a half to go here, so drivers will probably get maybe 2-3 runs in tops, depending on what your strat call is. Obviously, the track's going to get a little bit quicker towards the middle, and then obviously the end of the session here, as we get the good details pulled up for you guys, so you can find out where your favorite driver is on track. Let me know in the chat if you want to see anybody's onboard, if you want some off-camera shots. Give me your predictions for pole. Throw it all at me, guys. Happy to keep you entertained. Keeps me entertained as well. And if I can make a note while we're here, I have to say, since patch 108 came out, obviously the updates from a driver's perspective, maybe not the best yet, but from a viewer's perspective, I mean, spectating the session, and if you guys are watching on stream, let me know. It looks super clean. It looks way, way more defined than it did just a couple of days ago. So that's also something nice that we get with this new kind of updated feature of the game. And here comes the Merc onto his flying lap now. Just going to kick things off on the soft tires. Only 2 guys right now looking like they're going to strap on mediums. That's Pyden and Time Lord. Keep an eye on them when they head out onto the track. Got to hook that turn up tight there, and Donut does. Gives you the top speed. I'm going to run down to the end of Sector 1, and he does a 26.8, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that number as guys head through Sector 1. I'm sure that time is going to come down, but just a benchmark for us. Coming up on some traffic now. He's got his teammate, and he gets a little bit out of shape there going through the chicane. It's going to cost him a couple of tenths, and we'll see if he backs out. Doesn't look like he is. But he's coming up on traffic very quickly here. Let's see if anybody moves out of his way. He's going to get some dirty air through this corner. His teammate pulls over, lets him through. Red Bull, though, is still going ahead of him. That's Time Lord on his outlap. This is a lot of traffic for the Mercedes here. Yeah, he's getting total dirty air. He's blocking his lap here. He's blocking the end of the Mercedes lap. That's not good to see. Time Lord, you see the Merc getting racy in qualifying as he runs wide. And up to the line, it's a 15.8. So we'll have to see where that stands in a couple laps' time. And Donut's going to wisely back off here as Time Lord goes for his lap. But that was an interesting moment there in qualifying. Richard puts in a 16.5 across the line. Here comes a McLaren up to the line. Don't think he's done a lap quite yet. Who else is out there? Jay Luciano in Sector 3. He's coming up. He's just invalidated, actually. So we'll flip over to, there's a Ferrari. That's Keaton into the pits as well. Who's the Haas up to the line there? That's Shazam. But he's starting a lap now. Go back to Time Lord momentarily. He's out there in Sector 2 now on the mediums. And that's going to be a big advantage if I had to say so myself. The tires around here are just such a huge factor. I mean, Hungary, you can really wear out the softs quickly. And if you overheat them, I mean, forget about it. There's so much downforce required and so much grip required to get around this track. You need every ounce of life the tire can give you. As Logan puts in a 15.1, slides into pole early on here in the session. Time Lord final corner now, and up to the line. Let's see what he can do. Fausto with a 15.9. Time Lord with a 16.6 on the medium. So not a horrible lap by any means, but not going to get him towards the front of the grid here so far. 6 times on the board is Massive Noogies. I'm guessing backed out of his lap or something. Dizzy has left. Let's see if we can get Dizzy an invite real quick. And where is he? There he is. One sec. Okay, that's done. And let's flip over to JD because he's actually not on a lap. Interesting. Tidy Whitey. Yes, he is, but he is invalid. Logan's going into the pit. Shazam looks like he just finished a lap 15.2. Shazam, nice lap from him. UJ's going in. He's just cooling down. Yeah, is anyone going? Pyden's going. Here we go. On the mediums, too. This is something we wanted to keep an eye on. So let's see what he can do through Sector 1. It says he went purple in Sector 1, but we know for a fact that's not accurate. Best time so far was in the 26s, so just a small glitch from the game there. As he comes through Sector 2 now. He's looking good. Up to the line now for the Renault. Let's see what he can do. And it's a 8th place there. 16.9 on the board. For Pyden, how about the M3 guy? He's going to wind up for another lap, it looks like. And we have migrating host Salty has left the session. Interesting. We're going to need him. Let's get him back in. Okay, how about Keaton now in the Ferrari? We'll give Keaton some FaceTime here. Sorry for the interruption in the stream there, guys. Had to get... Oh, it looks like Bayron's left now, too. I'm wondering if there's a glitch in the lobby, because a couple guys have departed us now. I'm wondering if we're going to get a restart. That could be a possibility, and guys, if it is, totally understand. Obviously, it's frustrating. It's a Codemasters thing that we can't control. So if that does actually happen, just make sure you stick with us, because the action will continue. It's just going to be a slight delay. And Ferrari up to the line now. That's 4th for Keaton. It's a 15.9 on the softs. Not a bad lap by any means. He puts himself in 4th. Who else is going right now? Tidy Whitey is on a lap. So is the M3 guy, though, if I'm not mistaken. He's invalidated. How about... Oh, yeah, and Salty sent me a fresh invite here, which means we are going to get a restart, guys. And random guy, we're going to have to restart. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Oh, so there was an issue of, yeah, I'll talk you through this as we head over to the other session. Yes, I guess there was a little bit of a debacle between a couple of people, and some people wanted to join the lobby to throw things off. So we're just going to leave it at that, guys. We do have to get a fresh one going here, unfortunately. We will still get short qualifying and the race, but sorry for the delay here. We're going to get a little bit of a late start to this one, but things happen, and obviously out of our control. So we're just going to stay patient here. We're going to get back into spectator mode quickly. As you can see, a lot of guys have already joined us and more joining in rapidly here. So we are going to get back to the action very quickly. Just stay patient and we'll get to the racing soon. And I would like to point out, if you are running the lobby, Mr. Salty, and you are paying attention, listening in on stream, make sure you put the weather back to what it was supposed to be, because I don't want to see a not wet race. I was too excited for that. Please, please, for the love of God, make sure that it rains during the race. I absolutely need that, and so do all of the viewers. Guys, appreciate you all again for being here. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the follow button. And if you can, Amazon Prime, free subscription with Twitch Prime, so you can do that as well. Supports me, costs nothing to you, and it's much, much appreciated on my end, as we have 16 already back in here, so we're getting to things quickly. Definitely no delay on my end, at least. 17 now. Let's continue this good trend here, boys. Get all 20 back in and get back to racing. Jay Luciano saying just gonna have to keep it a dynamic. I mean, I would hope not. If that's the case, that's the case. But would prefer if we get to see some wet driving on this occasion, as we have 19 now, so we're almost there, guys. Just one more, and we are good to go. I'm guessing this lobby is now a private join only. So if you are tuned in with us, don't try to get back into the lobby. I don't feel like having another restart. I do this because I enjoy it, not because I want to take up all of my Wednesday evening. And I think we're just short one driver here. I'm not sure who it is. Let's take a look at the teams. A couple guys haven't picked cars yet. We are missing Time Lord's teammate in the Red Bull. I don't remember who that was. One of the Alfa Romeos and a Haas. Who has not picked a car? Tidy Whitey is in the Alpha, I believe. Fausto in the Red Bull, correct? And there we go, 20 now in the lobby. Let's see who hasn't picked the team yet. Guess who it is? Tidy Whitey. Get into your car, sir. Get into your car. And actually, it's going to auto put him in the car. There he goes. He picked it anyways. It would have put him in the car, and hopefully it will rain again. So I guess we are doing dynamic weather. Interesting. Interesting. So not going to go back to the same weather. Now I hope it rains in qualifying and it's dry in the race, because that would just make it so much better. Back in we go for, I guess, round 2 of short qualifying, if you will. Luckily, we're not doing a full one. Otherwise, that would be a huge pain. But luckily, only 18 minutes of quali coming up. And we'll see what the weather looks like. I'm a little bit disappointed, guys. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping we'd get the wet weather race. But these guys want to go for a fresh look. And hey, you know what? If it rains on both occasions, I don't feel bad. Oh, and yes, look at this. It is pouring rain here in qualifying. Let's go, everybody. Yes, this is what we were hoping for. And I told them you should have put it back to the way it was, and look what happens instead. Question is, will we have a dry race? And I'm hoping we have a dry race, because I'd love to see the reverse now. We got some glimpse of what it would be like in dry qualifying. Now we're going to get an idea of what it's like in wet qualifying. Maybe we'll get a wet race, maybe we'll get a split, maybe we'll get half dry, half wet. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. As a Ferrari heads out of the pit there, so does a Red Bull. Bunch of guys out on track here. Findy, I'm saying, okay, maybe not an 11.5 now. I'd say that was looking bleak to begin with, and now we're looking at not even remotely close. Shouldn't be an awful lap. I don't know if we're going to have dry conditions in the race, so that will play into this, because obviously you just have no clue in qualifying. If you have a dry race and you stick the dry setup on, you have really no idea what's going to happen, because when you're in qualifying, the car is just a little bit more on edge, if I had to say. They all seem to come out relatively quickly, though, so it might be a wet race. It might be a wet race. Turn 4 in wet conditions, pure love. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, actually. As we get the rundown of guys coming through here. Ferrari, Red Bull, 2 Alphas. There's an AlphaTauri and a Racing Point ahead, potentially. And then it looks like a Merc, a Williams, a McLaren, another McLaren, another... Yeah, everyone's out right now. Everyone's going for a lap. Oh, who's that? Who is that? Someone's trying to warm up the tires or something. It's a Racing Point. Oh, and look at that. Look at the oversteer. This is madness. This is a great qualifying session, guys. I don't think everyone has a true appreciation for how hard this Hungary track could truly be, and then stick on wet conditions. And you're just looking at absolute madness lap here. You have to guess pretty much going into every corner, what's the maximum amount of grip that my car is going to have? And if you get it wrong, well, if you can do the math there. But Red Bull of Time Lord coming up through Sector 1 has gone purple, according to our Delta here. And the Ferrari just ahead of him doesn't look too quick. So that could be accurate, but we do have other drivers out on track, and we're going to get lap times coming up here soon, so keep an eye on that leaderboard on the left. You're going to start seeing them pour in. Lots of guys on laps here. Only one driver in the pits, that's Shazam. He is not left yet, but every other driver either on a lap or out for one. Purple 2 for Time Lord. Let's see if that sticks. Coming through 3 now. Final corner for the Red Bull driver. Let's see what kind of time he can put down as a M3 puts in a 29.6. Only lap so far to be clean. 29.1 from Time Lord. Who else is going up to the line? There's a lot of cars. Donut's getting traffic again. As he puts in a 29.9. Richard, it's 31.9. Tidy Whitey, a 35.6. JD's on a lap. So many people on laps right now. It's hard to keep track of everyone. Pyden's in Sector 3. Let's just ride with him momentarily. There's a Ferrari behind him. Veyron does a 28.7. 28.7 from Veyron takes pole. 13 to go here in quali. Final corner for Pyden. Up to the line. It's a 29.4, good for third. Ferrari behind him. That's going to be 6th for Mojuice, a 30.4. Who else is going right now? JD, Slick Willie. Just firing up a lap, it looks like. I had to guess. No, he's finishing a lap, is he? Yeah, it's a good lap from Willie. 30.7, good for 7th place. Who else just went up there? Massive Noogies. So many guys are crossing the line at once here. JD in Sector 3. There's an AlphaTauri and a Red Bull ahead of him. AlphaTauri's in the pits. Red Bull, that's got to be Fausto, no? No. That's Time Lord going for another lap, my apologies. There's so many guys on track right now. It's just so hard to keep up. Salty's invalid. Jay Luciano's going. Logan LaFleur does 7th, a 30 dead. Absolutely dead. Nice lap from Logan. Shazam in Sector 3. Sorry, sector 2. My apologies. Fausto just ahead. Get a shot of both of these guys here. Boss gets a little oversteery on the exit there. Fausto's keeping it together nicely, though, as Jay Luciano does a 28-2. Nice lap from Jay Luciano. Wow, really clearing some gap there between him and Veyron and then the rest of the field. As final corner for Fausto in the Red Bull. Let's see what he can do. Looking pretty good so far on this lap. Haven't seen any purples yet up to the line. And it's only good for 10th. 30.2 from Fausto. Shazam does a 29.7. And still so many guys out on the track here. Time Lord, 28.4. On the same pair of inters, though, so he's going to have to think about going for a different set at some point. I think that would be wise. Juice is going on a lap here. He's in sector 2 in the Ferrari. Trying to keep it clean through the S's as he does. And this has got to be an insane corner in the wet. Just trying to find the grip there and not lose the car and get the power back. It's just so much as he goes deep. I think he's pulling off to the side. Who's that coming through? That's a Haas. It looks like Shazam. No, it's got to be Jay Luciano. He's not on the lap. He's going into the pits. Is Jay. So is Mo Juice. Fausto's on an in lap. Really could be going. I honestly have no idea. We're gonna have to find out in a sec. He kicks the tail end. I'm guessing pits for him. Nope. Still going. Oh, he's going to go for a lap, is Willie. All right, we'll give Willie a little bit of FaceTime here. He looks like he's going for one. Just to give you guys an idea of what the conditions look like from on board. Here's Willie's view coming through sector 1. And he's 6/10 up already, makes an error there on exit. He's going to get some oversteer. Try to keep it clean through here. Just keeping it. Locks the fronts up coming into the chicane. Almost bottoms the car out there. Just got to keep it on track here. Gets back on the power. Nicely done. He's 8/10 up. Is Willie. Coming through sector 2 now. And 3. Just got to hook it up nicely through here. It could be a good lap for the AlphaTauri. He'd be staring at about P8, P7. Oh, gets a little bit oversteery on exit there. Tyres really struggling to find that grip in the wet up to the final corner and up to the line for Slick Willie. It's P9. It's good enough for P9. It's 29.8 from the AlphaTauri there. Salty's probably on a cooldown lap if I had to guess. QJ isn't valid. Richard is going though. See what the Alfa Romeo has in store for us. Final corner for him. Up to the line now, as I think that's JD who just hopped up. So does Richard. It's P9 now. He puts Willie on the boundary there of fresh tires. We'll have to see if it's... Still don't know if it's going to be a wet or a dry race. It is a wet race. Okay, so we do know for sure it's going to be a wet race. So now we just double up on the wet action. I'll see how happy the drivers are about that one, but I'm guessing that means that it doesn't really make all too much of a difference, does it? Donuts on the lap. Veyron does a 27.4. What a lap from Veyron. Wow. Nice lap. McLaren driver sneaks into pole by 8/10 with 6:50 to go, and the rain is starting to subside just a little bit here in qualifying. Not much. Maybe enough to get a couple extra tenths in the bag. Donut's almost sliding the car there through Sector 2. He is 6/10 up on his time right now, so he could look towards, say, the Pyden P7 range if he hooks up Sector 3 here. P6 for Donut, 28.7 on the board. Nice lap from him, 6:10 to go here. There's a yellow flag somewhere. I can't seem to locate it. Jay Luciano is in Sector 2 now. He is a contender for pole, so we're going to give him a moment here, see if he shakes out through Sector 2. He is 9/10 up, and that's going to look right in the eyes of Veyron here. Let's see what he can do in Sector 3. Haas 1-2, stop the quali. Yeah, I know, it's suspect, isn't it? It's very suspect from Team Haas. Up to the line is Jay Luciano, and it's a 27 dead. Great lap from Jay late in the session here, 5 to go. He's going to be very pleased with himself. Got a great gap to Veyron back in P2. Logan has just gone purple. He's 2/10 up. Good luck, everyone, says Exclusive Auto. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in as well. I was like, yo, Trey, saying Salty coming for all the smoke. Yeah, he's looking good right now. If he can get himself up one more spot. Actually, P11 wouldn't be bad. Fresh tires is never a bad option. Granted, it is in the wet, so a little bit different as Logan goes purple in 2, I believe. So let's see what he can do here. That's JD crossing the line at 27.8, goes P4. Logan now up to the line. Let's see what it is for the Williams driver. And he doesn't improve. Interesting. Must have been that oversteer on exit there in Sector 3. Lost in the time. Pyden's coming up to the line, I believe. Yes, he is. Well, he's looking good. This is looking like a good lap from Pyden. Yes, it is. P5 for the Renault. 27.9 on the board. Great lap from Pyden late here. And Prix into the pits. He's invalidated, so he does have time for another run. QJ's in the final couple corners, but I think he's not pushing. He's going into the pits yet. Salty's on an out lap. I'll have to check back in with him momentarily. How about Mojuice? Run down to turn 1. Who else is on a lap, though? Lucky Ace is finishing one. And it's only good for 19th for Lukey. What about Lil Stuzy Vert? Final corners for the Racing Point. He's getting drifty out of the corner there. Oh, yeah, really kicking out the tail end for the fans here is Stuzy Vert up to the line. It's still good for P18. What a lap. Oh, and he gets jumped. Oh my God, there's so many guys on laps right now. Pyden's invalid. Time Lord is in Sector 2. Shazam's in Sector 1. Stuzy Vert's retired. Lukey is in Sector 2. Just ran wide and invalidated. Fausto is in Sector 2. He's missing a front right end plate. Mojuice is missing a front left end plate. Slick Willie is flying coming through Sector 3. That was a Ferrari across the line there. I don't think it improved. Is M3 guy going to come back out? I don't know. He's in P9 right now, but He's been sitting in the pits for a while. Up to the line for Slick Willie. It's P9. P9 for Willie. Nice lap there. 28.5. Time Lord is up to a 27.2. Jay Luciano still holds on P1 pole position provisionally, but we have a minute and a half to go here. And the M3 guy is on an outlap. Is he going to make it in time? Yeah, he should. He should, but it's going to be close. Who's coming up to the line? QJ is about to kick off a lap. There's a Haas right behind him. That's got to be Jay Luciano on an outlap. And then we have, it's hard to tell. It's Massive Movies. Yes, it is. P5 for the Merc, 27.7 for Massive Noogies. Nice lap. There's another McLaren up to the line. That's Veyron for his lap. I'd say he might sneak pole out here, so keep an eye on him. Salty is invalid. Time Lord with a 26.9 out of nowhere puts it on pole. Time Lord in the Red Bull. What a lap. What a lap. With 10 to go here in the session, I think that's going to be it for qualifying. I don't know who this is that just joined. 0LVX or LXV. Salty is retired from the session. Happy with P8. Veyron through Sector 2. Let's see where he stands. He is 0.8 up. And he's looking like he's going to steal pole. Final sector for the McLaren. He's just got to do well here. And it's all his. It's all yours for the taking, my friend. You are clear and through. Looking quick on this lap. Final corner for the McLaren. Is he going to take pole away here in Formula 20? Round 6 at Hungary. Up to the line for Veyron. And it is pole. It's a 26.6. 26.6 in the bag for him. What a lap. Jay Luciano, final corners for him. Let's see if he can make a dent on that time. And it's up to the line for the Haas driver. What's it going to be? And it's P2. It's a 26.920. Just sneaks it out ahead of Time Lord. JD is coming up to the line, but you know who else is? It's the M3 guy. Let's see if he gets a good lap in here at the death of it. It's a 27.1. Good for P4. JD's into the pits, and that means qualifying is over and done with. Wow, that is craziness. After a dry session was on the horizon for us, we go wet, and look at the difference in results here. And look at the gaps, too. Look at the gaps in pace in the wet here. I think that just says it all for you guys. And guys, we're going to have a minute of waiting here before we get to the results. So I'm going to step away just momentarily. I will be back to read you the qualifying results, but just hang tight for 1 second. And there you have it, guys. There are your final results from qualifying. Let's get a rundown now of that grid from the short session. Veyron takes pole position by 0.2 of a second. Great lap from Veyron at the death of it there. Jay Luciano's on the front row with him in P2 in the Haas. Time Lord, M3 guys, Shazam all finding the top 5 and some pace in the wet. Donut, Massive Noogies, JD, Pyden, and Salty all make it into the top 10. Logan will get fresh tires on down through Slick Willie, Keaton, QJ, Tidy Whitey, Richard, Mojuice, Fausto, Stuzivert, and Lukey Ace. Guys, thank you again so much for tuning in and for supporting the Formula 20 drivers. We're going to get round 6 of the championship underway in just a couple of minutes here, so stick tight, stick with us, and let me know your predictions for who you think is going to take the win here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Looks like the drivers are content with their strategies, and we are going to get the formation lap underway here. I'll give you a rundown again of the grid of this one. There's Veyron on the front row. In the McLaren, you see Luciano and the Haas storming out ahead there. He is in P2, Time Lord P3, M3 guy in P4, Shazam in P5, Donut P6, Massive Noogies P7, JDR P8, Pyden P9, Salty P10, Logan P11, Slick Willie P12, Keaton P13, QJ 14th, Tidy Whitey 15th, Richard 16th, Moju 17th, Fausto 18th, Stuzivert 19th, and Lukey Ace bringing up the back of the grid here, guys. This is going to be a good one. Wet action coming at you from Hungary, and as I said, about 35 laps of madness coming your way shortly here. Wet race at Hungary means overtaking is going to be very interesting, to say the least. See if that proves to be the case in just a couple of minutes. As we see Ferrari back on the grid. That's Keaton made some contact with someone during the formation lap, so he's just going to have to wait, let the tires turn into ice cubes. Okay, guys. I know you're excited. So am I. Here we go. For round 6 of the Formula 20 Championship here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. All 20 drivers are on the grid. We are just waiting a moment here for things to get going. And here it is time. Let's see when the lights go on. Oh, we got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and someone's jump-started. 2 people have jump-started. M3 guy, oh, he gets a jump-start drive-through penalty once again. And that's Veyron off into the lead there. Oh, and M3 guys round in turn 1. I think he almost deserves that for jump starting once again. Oh, and he's going to drop to the back of the grid with his drive-through as well. And how in the world? Veyron is not in first. That's Jay Luciano out in front of him, as well as the Red Bull of Time Lord. There's your predicted pit stop strategy, guys. And rip to M3 guy, and just, wow, that was a tough start there, to say the least. Now the deltas are coming up, apart from the donuts, which is completely wrong. Looks like everybody gets through on a clean first lap here, and this means we are down to racing now, guys. This is some tight action to get out of the gates here. Everyone seems to have settled in already, though, and we'll find out shortly who has the daring ability to go for a move in this Grand Prix. Veyron, you can see, is lost out on a couple spots here to start this one. Jay Luciano's up 1, so is Time Lord. JD is up 4, and Veyron is... that's also incorrect. This delta is just so wrong. So wrong. He's in P3. Jay Luciano's in the lead, unless I'm just... actually... yeah, there he is. He's there. I don't know what's going on with the delta here. JD's under some pressure from Shazam. Shazam's going to send it to the inside in turn 2. And man, that's a great place to go for an overtake in wet conditions, especially considering the inside and outside of the track, different levels of grip. Oh, and that's a McLaren getting some oversteer in the background. Don't know who that was. Little Stuzy Vert is off in turn 1, and we have a VSC on track. Luckily, he's far enough off just to clean up the debris, but that's going to mean 1 racing point down and out the count on lap 2 here of 35 at Hungary. And Trey in the chat saying, salty clue, y'all. I'm telling you, remember the name. Absolutely could not agree more. That man up 3 spots into P7 here, lap 2, and looking good so far. He's well within range. Some big time points. You just got to keep it clean. 35 laps here, and that's much easier said than done. We'll find out shortly if he can manage the task, but VSC should be going in here. I wouldn't expect any pit stops. That would be unwise, to say the least. You definitely don't want to go in and pit yet. The Inters can do plenty of laps, get plenty beat up, as Tidy Whitey gets a drive-through speeding under VSC, and the Haas of Shazam is on the power nice and early here. He gets a good jump on the Renault ahead of him. Is he going to send a move into turn 1? He is awfully close. We'll find out. Going for... no, he's not going to on this occasion. How about the Williams in the background? That's Logan looking right up behind the Racing Point of Salty. Shazam thinking about it again. So you can get the inside line. He is toe-to-toe with the Renault right now. Coming through Sector 1, and it's looking good. The Renault gets a little bit of an error on exit there. This is going to give a chance to the Haas driver. See if he makes a move. Coming through Sector 1. No, he's not going to. And might have picked up a warning there for going off the track, but well worth the action on our end, to say the least. Not really spreading out all too much, which is nice to see. It's close racing. We appreciate that kind of stuff around these parts, but you can see JD has lost a little bit of time to the pack in front of him. That's 3.5 the gap now up to Veyron and Time Lord, who are falling off the back of Jay Luciano just to the 30.5 fastest lap. And he is in clean air around here. That's going to be a huge deal to be in clean air, and as long as he doesn't make too many critical errors, he should be able to hold off the opposition for as long as he can. The pit stop's going to be huge. Just getting in and out of the pit lane, making sure you don't pick up damage. Don't lose any time, because that's going to be so crucial in a scenario where overtaking is going to be so tricky, just so difficult. Just look, go around the circuit here. That's that. Turn 1, obviously opportunity. Turn 2, we've kind of established could be a good one. I'd say coming up into here where these guys are coming through now, really not a good place to go for an overtake. Neither is here. The inside is just, forget about it. You're going to be off into the distance. You'll be joining little Stuzy Vert for an early beer. And the braking zone here, too short to make an inside move unless you're super ahead coming out of the sweeping left. The chicane's not an option. Neither is the S's here. And this fast right-hander, I mean, there's no room, barely for one car, not two, to say the least. If you can get a good run down here, there's an opportunity, but I wouldn't advise it. That inside curb is going to be tricky in the wet, to say the least. As you can see, the McLaren touches it. It almost kicks out the rear end there. Into here, probably, it just depends on the pace of the guy in front of you. And up into the final corner, you could dive down the inside, but you're probably going to find yourself looking backwards pretty quickly if you get near that curve. So just keep an eye, see where guys go for moves, and that's JD into the pits. I'm wondering if he picked up some damage at some point here. Over to a couple of other battles. It looks like the front runners are still kind of all within range. Bayron and Time Lord are battling it out, trying to keep up with the front runner Jay. And right now they're having a little bit more difficulty to get towards the back of him, but they are keeping some nice pace. So 5 laps down here, you can take a look at the grid positions change-wise. As we said, Jay and Time Lord up a spot, Bayron down 2. Shazam is actually where he started, so is Donut, even though it says they're both up 1. Salty is up 4 into 6th place with JD pitting. And looks like Logan is up 4 as well, so is Pyden up 1. QJ up 5, Richard up 6. Great start from those boys. Massive Moogie's down 4, which is not good. Out of the points for him. Slick Willie right where he started the race. JD down 5 with the pit stop. Keaton down 1. Lukey up 5. M3 guy down 12. And that's a shame for him, but I'm not particularly surprised with the jump start again. That's unfortunate. It does happen, but yeah, that's going to be a good one to joke about after the fact. Fausto is up 1 spot into 17th. Tidy Whitey down 3. Mo Juice down 2. And Little Stuzy Vert DNF on lap 2. Hyden is still trying to get to Logan here. It's not quite as easy as I think he would have imagined, but the line of guys behind him is not small, to say the least. QJ gets 3 seconds there of time penalties for multiple track warnings. Pyden 3 seconds of penalties there going off track. And that's not good to pick up on lap 6. If I'm not mistaken, it's not raining anymore. And it's looking like it might clear up, so is Shazam going to pit for... Let's see if he pits for dry tires. I'd be surprised if someone made a move this early. Especially if it's supposed to rain throughout the race. But he's into the pits, and it's going to be the hards. He is the first driver to go with dry tires. So wait, hold on. Let's take a look here. Yeah, he's the only man on hards. So keep an eye on this man. Let's see how he fares compared to Keaton here on this outlap. That will give us some sense. Oh, and yeah, you can already see it's kind of a struggle for both of them, but I'd say more so. Yeah, the spray, see the spray's still there, Shazam. You gotta be so careful. I know what you're thinking, but I don't think it's dry enough yet. Yeah, look, Keaton's getting the gap here. It is still wet weather tires, so bold move from Shazam. And I don't think it's going to pay off. Richard gets by QJ. There's some... oh, that's Richard around at the chicane there. And, a couple guys slide through. Did he pick up any damage? He's in the grass there. A couple more guys are going to get through on this occasion and back on the track now for Richard. Oh, man, heartbreak. No damage to the front wing, but he's down in P12 after a good start. There's some more chaos going on. That's Logan getting passed there by Massive Noogies, and that's why I said that's a good overtaking opportunity if you can get the power down. And he does, slides himself into P9, does the Mercedes. He's going up the inside of the McLaren almost, who gets a little bit out of sorts there coming through Sector 3. And let's see if he can go for the move here. Down the long start finish straight. Sorry, not the long start finish straight. I'd say it's pretty quick. Good opportunity for turn 1. He's on the button though, and he's going for the inside line. Let's see if he can outbrake him. Nope, just trying to put him off the line a little bit there. Maybe make a move into here if possible, but he's looking like he's too far back. Yep, not going to be able. So it is not raining. That means guys could be considering dry tires. I don't think it's there yet. You can still see the spray coming off the inters, which means the track is still damp enough to warrant the green striped Pirellis, but it may switch over. We'll see if the rain holds off. It does look cloudy still, but there is some light on the horizon. Maybe we'll get a dry end to this one. That would be awfully interesting. As you see, Fausto has now switched over to the hards as well, so it gives you some insight to see if anybody else decides to go in soon. JD all over Billy right now and looking to make a move. Not into here on this occasion. Let's see if he gets him down the start finish straight. Willie goes deep, and that's going to let the Renault slide through into P10. Nice move from JD, capitalizing where it counted there. But he's still trying to get up to the back of QJ, but I just think he's finding it hard. I don't know if the DRS has been enabled yet, but he is gaining quickly. He's gaining very quickly. Is he going to go to the inside? Nope, he's not. He's going to back off early here and let the McLaren continue leading the pace here in the battle for best of the rest, P7. Let's go check in up front. See, Veyron is within a shout of Time Lord and Jay Luciano as it stands up front. It says Logan has left. Let's try to get Logan an invite back. That shouldn't be happening. Time Lord looking like he's struggling a little bit, but I think Veyron might be too. He's not particularly keeping the pace. He did just put in his fastest lap. The guys ahead are clearly really showing their true colors up front here, and they're looking good. Right now it's Haas 1, Red Bull 2, McLaren 3. Jay Luciano gets oversteer on exit there, and Time Lord's just gotta be patient, pick his spot. Could even jump him in the pit lane potentially, although unlikely, but seen crazier things happen before in this game. As Veyron is closing the distance under braking nicely through the chicane here. He's trying to get up to the back of Time Lord. Maybe make a move for P2. He knows it's going to be tricky, especially once that switch goes. I mean, it could be totally random. It could start raining again. It could potentially be a situation where he doesn't want to be behind, that far behind Jay Luciano, who's currently leading the pace. As, who's that ghost car out front there? It could be Apex Fausto. Yes, it is in the Red Bull. QJ has picked up 3 seconds, and Time Lord's struggling right now. I think the track is just about there. Salty has switched over to the hard tires. Bayron's thinking about a move. Doesn't go for it though. He's not going to have the opportunity here, too far back. Coming into turn 2. Yellow flag in sector 3. Someone's off there. Who is that? That's Salty on the hard tires. He spun it round in sector 3. The Racing Point going for the dry hard tire setup for lap 11 here, and doesn't pay dividends. You can see he's getting slidey all over the place, and I just don't think there's any heat in the track, sir. I would have opted for softs on this occasion, to be honest with you. They probably last an extra couple of laps. Massive Noogies gets 3 seconds with multiple warnings there, and yeah, you're going to find it very difficult to find grip in the hards in these kind of conditions. The track is still pretty damp. There's really no heat in it. Just going to be slow pretty much everywhere as he kicks out the tail end as well. Getting some good FaceTime. Shazam and Tidy Whitey going racing into turn 1 though, and that's the Alpha sending it to the inside. The Haas looking for the switchback, but he's got hard tires on, and Tidy Whitey's on the inters, and that's the difference right now, guys. You can still see some spray on the track. Doesn't look quite dry, and that's going to hurt everyone who's gone for the dry tires. Looks like the battle up front is still going, still pretty tight. The rest of the field is close. Massive Noogies as QJ goes on the inside curb, and actually Massive Noogies touches the back of him, and he's off into the gravel there, and that's going to let JD slide through as well up into P7. And just a moment of chaos coming out of the last turn there. I don't even know what turn it is, sorry. Coming out of the final turn there, Logan has joined us again, thank God. QJ just caught the inside curb. As I said, just such a deadly place to be on this track in that final corner, and that's cost him 2 spots, down to P8 for the McLaren. Still plenty of time to go here, but as I said, overtaking conditions awfully tricky right now, and you got to find your moments. That big time for the Merc and the Renault drivers. Time Lord's going to send it into the pits. I'm not sure what's happening here with this interesting glitching kind of thing going on, but now coming in for what appears to be mediums, which I think is a better decision than the hards, but we'll see if they go. Yeah, they could probably do 22 laps right now, honestly. In these kind of conditions, I'd say anything's possible. Who is that just ahead of him? That's got to be Shazam, yeah? That's Shazam, yep. JD and Massive Noogies are still having a tilt here. P7. Slickway's up to P8, that's good to see. Still on the inters, though, as a couple more guys are going into the pits now. QJ, M3, and Richard. Let's see what they come out on. Veyron just picked up 3 seconds there as the Mercedes and the Renault getting touchy through turn 3. And almost ending one of their races. Gotta be careful, boys. Got to be careful. Clean racing, though, so far. It's always nice to see on stream. Makes it a better viewing for me and you guys. And once again, just want to take a moment to say thank you. Appreciate you all tuning in. If you can, send it out to a friend or two. Tell them to tune in. Maybe it's one of your buddies that's friends with one of these drivers, and have them come support their friends on stream. Let me know who you guys think might take the win here, especially with dry conditions coming up. We saw a little bit of glimpse of pace Not much, so we're going to have to find out in the second stint what everyone looks like as more guys onto the mediums. That's Time Lord and M3. QJ on the hards, Richard on the mediums, Salty on the hards, Shazam on the mediums, Apex on the hards. That's Donut in the pits for mediums. Smart call from the Mercedes driver. And ooh, the Renault JD looking up the inside of massive noogies there. And yeah, it's arguably still wet conditions, to be honest with you. It's super close at this point. I'd say the track is now dry, but still slick, so maybe the inters are the better call. DRS has been enabled. Okay, that's usually the sign. That's usually the sign the track is now officially flipped to dry tires. Lukey 5 seconds speeding in the pit. And more guys coming out on dry tires now. So yeah, the track is officially dried up. Let's see, these guys have all got to be heading in this lap. You can see the pace though between the Red Bull there and the guys on inters is not dramatically different. So it's pretty close right now. Pretty close on which tire you want to go with. Massive Noogies make his dive into the pit lane. JD's going to stay out. Man, these strats are crazy. Jay Luciano is listening. He's strapped on the hard tires. Sorry, the soft tires. And that's just going to mean more pace early here. And that's a smart call. He can go to the mediums in a couple laps. And that's going to be a bold but also wise decision. As well as Veyron, who's 3.5 back right now. Time Lord 5.9. Slick Willie's still on the inters, and he's plugging along nicely up in P5. Good to see from the AlphaTauri. Oh, and he, as I said that, commentator's curse almost doesn't put it in the wall, but does kick it off into the grass, and that's your sign, buddy. Hop onto the dry tires, please. Donut's coming up behind you quick. You might not want to defend this. Also, that's not good for Donut because he's stuck behind the AlphaTauri now. It's going to let the Renault catch up because he can't go through here. He might be able to go through. Yeah, he's going to go through. Willie's going to let him through. Smart move. And Slick holding off Python momentarily. But into the pits now for the AlphaTauri. We'll see where he pops back out. Who else is out there? Massive Noogies on the softs. Logan has re-entered us with medium tires. Richard and QJ having a scrap here. For P12. That's the Ferrari of no juice just ahead of them. So he's going to find company quick. Here comes the Alfa Romeo to the inside. And he's going to get late on the brakes and squeeze out the McLaren of QJ for P12. Nice move from the AlphaTauri and gets DRS again. Just based on where he was coming into the braking zone. QJ trying to get the hard tires warmed up. And yeah, it's going to be a tricky task, my friend. But it can be done. Oh, yellow flag. That's, who is that off? That's an Alfa Romeo. Is that, it's Tidy Whitey. He's gone off in Sector 2. Biden and Donut are still having their battle, and this might be the one to tune in for this race because it's just continuous, and I'm looking forward to it. Jay Luciano picks up 3 seconds of time penalties. That's huge. He is in first, but now the gap is technically 0.2 between him and Veyron if the race were to end as it stands. And man, this is going to provide some craziness in the final couple of laps. Jay Luciano, now Veyron fastest lap, and Donut Pied and Massive Noogies are going to have a scrap here for P4. They are not quite in the range of the podium runners, but still big time points on the table here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. And the tire difference is Massive Noogies should have the advantage for the next couple of laps. The medium runners may be able to go to the end. I'm not positive. I'd say it's going to be stretching it, but it should be doable. Lord picked up 3 seconds of penalties there. That's going to cost him. Slick Willy is going to make a move on the M3 guy. Is that into turn 1? Yes, it is. And he gets through on his AlphaTauri teammate. Let's see if that sticks, though. And yes, into turn 2. It sticks. That's Willy up into 8th place. M3 guy down in 9th, but recovering from that early incident with the jump starts and getting spun around in turn 1. Does Veyron have any penalties? Asking from Exclusive Auto. We'll take a quick look. On Veyron here. Yes, he does. 1 penalty for Veyron. And so yeah, actually you are correct. Then the 3.6 second gap stands because him and Jay are on the same terms of penalties. Ooh, that was interesting. Mercedes behind the Renault here. Can he get the move done? He's looking quick coming into turn 1, but nope. He's going to just be late on the brakes, as are the rest. And slide through insane positions. And this is providing a good spectacle, good clean racing here in the second stint so far. And I'm just happy to see 3 cars all within distance of each other. That's Massive Noogies looking closely making a move, but once again, not a spot to go for it, I would say. The softs will have considerably more life in this stint for Massive Noogies because of the track temps. The tire's just not going to get nearly as hot, and because the speed is not overwhelming around a track like this, should relatively keep them within check. So smart move from the Merc behind, but the Merc in front, Donut, still doing his best just to keep these two at bay, and so far it's working well. So we'll see if he can keep things in order here. If he does, it's looking like a good finish for all these guys, but Donut especially, who is, if you take a look here, he is up 2 spots into P4, which is a good performance to say the least. And right now, Slick Willy up 4. He is my potential first look at driver of the day, if that's the case. That's a Ferrari off there on the side. I'm guessing beaten down in P17. His teammate Mo Juice is close behind Richard for P11, but still out of the points. Jay just puts in the fastest lap there, 20.7 on the board. And the soft tires doing well comparative to the mediums so far right now for Jay, and for Bayron as well. Everyone you can see there has made one stop apart from Shazam, who's made two. And Shazam and Luki flip-flopping positions. M3 guy has been giving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And it looks like the Renault is going to go for the move now on the Mercedes of Donut into turn 1, trying to go around the outside. There's really no space, and he squeezes him out. His teammate's going to slide through. That's Massive Noogies into P5. And that's a great Merc 1-2 there. Combo move on the Renault. And yeah, he just gave him no space coming out of that corner, which, I mean, fair play. He was on the racing line. And now he's going to let his teammate through. He's going to let Massive Noogies, and that's Renault fighting back to the outside. He's going to try to go around the outside of this corner. Can he hold the position? Gets squeezed out again by Donut, and somehow, in the span of just one sector there, we go from Massive Noogies in P6 to P4. He's going to let his teammate roam free on those soft tires, and Donut now holds P5 down with Pyden in P6, and what a swap there performed by the Mercedes guys. And if you missed that one, and you're gonna have to watch back the stream afterwards. That was well done by the call them the black arrows right now, because silver doesn't really seem as applicable. Love the new livery though. It looks great here at Hungary, and it's a P4 P5 for the Merc boys. You can see not far in the background, that's JD there, closing up on this battle as well, so he may enter the mix in the it will be a four-way battle for P4, and I would love nothing more given just how far apart some guys are right now. You can see Jay Luciano is 17.6 seconds ahead of Time Lord, who Veyron pits for mediums, by the way. He comes out now on fresh mediums. It's 13 laps to go. He can really throw everything into them. Track is probably at the point now where it's got some heat in it. But you can see Pyden getting racy through the chicane. He's right on the tail of Donut ahead of him. Slick Willie does a 1:19.7 on soft tires, and he's still in P8. I don't know if he can make it till the end. If he pits, he should come out in P11, and if he can make up just a little bit more time, sorry, yeah, he should come out in P11, right? It'd be close. It'd be right next to Richard. Richard. I'm just gonna go with Richard. And there's JD. He has now entered the conversation in the battle for fourth. So now we got two Renaults and two Mercedes going toe-to-toe. You don't see this every day in real life, so appreciate this moment as it stands. We're going to have the Constructors Boys battle, if you will, and we'll find out who is the dominant European brand. But for now, it's Merc in the 1-2 spot, and that's going to be Pyden letting his teammate JD go through and try to hunt down these boys. flag in Sector 2. That was for a Haas, maybe of Shazam? Maybe not. Is it Jay Luciano? Another yellow flag. I think that's Tidy Whitey. I think that's Tidy Whitey going off somewhere. We have some action up front right now, though, as Veyron does an 18.9 on the medium tires. Nice lap from Veyron. Jay Luciano is on the tail of Time Lord for first position in this race, and I think at some point he's going to get the move done. It may not be soon, but he does have fresher tires and will be going to the end now for the last 10 laps. Time Lord is going to be right on the edge of the mediums, but he has no reason. Oh, is that rain? I could have sworn that was some water that I just saw on the screen. Hold on. Anyways, if Time Lord doesn't pit, he can probably go to the end. He's just going to have to take care of the mediums for the last couple of laps because it will be going off, but he will be well clear of P4 if that does end up to be the case. And I can't tell. It is cloudy again. It is very cloudy again. Here goes Jay Luciano up to the inside. And there's an Alfa Romeo coming out of the pit lane. That's going to cause a little bit of confusion. It is a backmarked car, though. And Jay gets the move done on Time Lord up into P1. Nice move from Jay with 9 laps to go here. Renault's still trying to get up to Donut. It looks like... Where did he go? Massive Nuggies is pit for mediums. Yeah, he was going to have to go anyways. Soft tires were not going to go until the end of the race. He comes out in P10. Now it's 2 Renaults versus 1 Mercedes for P4. You can see the Williams of Lukey Ace there getting lapped now by these front-running boys, and Slick Willie is into the pits for fresh softs. Is he going to come out in P10? Yes, he is. And he might get a shot at fastest lap as well, just given the tire difference, and I would recommend going for it, so you got nothing to lose. The gap back to Richard is 3.6. 3.6. Push now, Willie. Push now. We got 2 guys in the chat, Escobar saying, come on. Yeah, I say, let's go, let's go. 8 laps to go here, boys, at Hungary. 7 now as Jay Luciano crosses the line. Time Lord is well off the back, but remember Jay with that penalty. Not sure where Time Lord stands, actually. Let's check that. Ooh, is he clean? Nope, penalties. Multiple penalties. So he's not looking like he might take any positions away from anyone. And Face 307, let's go Chris. I don't know who is Chris. Gonna have to be more specific than that. Let me know in the chat who Chris is, if he's driving right now, and would be happy to give him a little bit of FaceTime on screen. Ooh, JD gets 3 seconds of penalties there, running wide on the curb in Sector 2. And that's going to cost him at the end of this one. I can't remember where everyone's penalties stand. Obviously, we checked in on a couple of the drivers, but it just is too difficult to go through everyone's penalties while trying to catch the action. So we're just going to wait for a little bit of surprise at the end. It always adds that little bit of spice you're looking for as the Grand Prix comes to a close. And we only have 6 laps remaining here, 29 of 35 in the books. This battle for P4 is still going. And the only other one we have on track at the moment, the M3 guy is somehow on 14-lap road mediums with front right wing plate damage. He's closing in on Willie for P9. Actually, no, he's going into the pits. Into the pits for M3. That's P9 for Willie now. Well done from the AlphaTauri. Here goes the Renault to the inside. JD makes a move into turn 1, trying to hold the inside line. He's not going to get the move done, I don't think. And he's going to come down the straight here. Can he hold it to the outside into turn 2? He's going to go for it around the outside. Can he keep position? And no, the Mercedes slides back in, but he gets a nice slingshot off the corner there. And he can look for a move, but I don't think he's close enough. Yeah, he's got to hold off here coming into this corner, because this is just, as I said, it's death if you go towards the inside too much. So he's going to not get the move done. But what a scrap there from these boys. And that's just bringing Pyden into the mix even more. Look how tight this pack is coming through Sector 2 now. And it is clear conditions, so no more rain coming down for this session. And if there is, it's not going to matter very much. Really picks up 3 seconds of time penalties, multiple warnings. M3 just gets past Mode's used for P12. It's not going to matter much, though. He's far off the pace as it stands. Here goes JD looking for the move on the Merc. Is he going to have enough power in the engine? Looks to the inside. He's going to stick his nose in, but doesn't go for the move. Gets back on the DRS and the button, but he's not, once again, going to be able to make the move into turn 2. And yeah, Richard in the points right now, and he's looking good. His debut drive for the Alfa Romeo team. Looking clean. Pyden's now right up behind JD. Interesting. He wasn't 1 second ago. and he wants that move. He wants that move, does JDR, but he can't find the space to get it done right now on Donut just ahead. And I'm not checking the penalties for these guys because there's too much action on the table here to lose. But, man, I would be curious to know if JD has a penalty or if Donut does. I can't remember. And that could be all the difference in the world. If you don't need to pass someone in this situation, just to be honest with you, just don't pass him. If you know the guy in front of you has penalties, what's the risk that you're going to play? I mean, you could let your teammate go, and you could just try to keep up to the best of your ability. I'd say that's probably even better of a move. As you can see, he's just all over the tail of Donut in Sector 2. He wants the move so badly. See if he gets a good run off this final corner. And he does. He's well within range now, the Mercedes. Can he get the move done now? This would be huge with 2 laps to go. He's looking for the outside line. Is the Renault, but no, he's going to tuck it. He's going to go too wide. Runs wide there on the exit, and not going to be enough. Veyron just picked up 3 seconds of penalties. M3 guy has moved into 11th. He did get past QJ on the hards, but he's not going to have enough time, I don't think, to catch up to Richard. Maybe close the gap if Richard has a lot of penalties. Fausto 3 seconds as well. And man, these guys are still going toe to toe. It's honestly impressive how long they've been battling for, all 3 of them, and to have no mistakes. Have no changes in position really, apart from the one Merc pitting and the Renault's flip-flopping positions. He is all over the tail of the Merc. He just needs to get the run off this final corner. He is close. Let's see if he gets the traction on the run into turn 1. And yeah, he's close again, but is it going to be enough? Yes. I think it might be this time. He's right tucked up behind the Merc. He's going to look for the outside once again. That's all he's given him. And go for the switchback. Just do it. Do it. Good exit from both those guys. And yeah, he's close, but he's not close enough. And he's going to let his teammate through. JD is going to go for a move now. Biden says it doesn't really matter. And he doesn't want to go for another look at the Merc. Final lap now, as looks like Jay Luciano is going to take this Grand Prix by a mile, if you mind. 11.7 seconds is the gap, and let's give that man some credit where credit's due. He's drove a great race, and we've barely even gotten to see him on track today. He's just been so dominant and so far ahead, and making sure that he makes all the right calls, making his pit stop onto the soft tires in the second stint, switching over to the mediums with just 10 laps to go. And you can see it's paid dividends here for the Haas driver today. He's going to take the win by 12 plus. Even though he's got that penalty, it's not really going to matter too much because no one is within distance of this man. And as he rounds out the final 2 corners, you can call it a day here at Hungary, because Jay Luciano in the Haas has won the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's a well-deserved victory on a well-driven race. Time Lord in the final corner as well. He is going to come up to the line and take P2. Veyron did his best to get him back, but not going to happen on the 3rd stint here for him. Donut is still getting pursued by both these Renaults, and this battle has just been going on forever. Let's see where things shake out on penalties. I'm guessing one of these guys has one, and it could be JD. Not sure. Final corner for all three Mercedes Renault up to the line. And let's see if this changes things. No, it doesn't, but JD did have quite a few penalties there, yeah. So Donut holds on. Logan crosses the line. Massive Noogies hops Logan. Slick Willy takes P9. Well done from Slick Willy to take home some points for AlphaTauri, and the M3 guy makes it to P10 after I think someone either pit or made a mistake. I can't be positive. Lukey Ace just picked up 5 seconds. But it's not going to matter much. M3 guy crosses the line now. He is going to be the final man in the points. Richard just misses out. Going to take home P11 on this occasion. And he's got Scrappy just for fun here. Doesn't matter too much because, he's getting, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Moju saying, good race, made a little boo-boo, lol, oh well, GG. Yeah, absolutely, sir, happens, but not a bad performance, P12. Especially when all 19 of 20 finished the race, and only that one incident on lap 2 is the only one that we had. Slick Willy is your driver of the day, and in the boxing pose there as he fought out some good points for P9. I'm going to take a look at the final standings, but let's get our winner in here, Jay Luciano, once again, just getting the job done on an occasion where, he's had some struggles in previous races, but to see him back winning again is just great to see for Formula 20. And we're going to get Slick in, I think, too, potentially, because he had quite the performance today. But first, we're going to speak to the winning driver. Just taking a quick look down the grid here, guys. There's your final. Jay Luciano takes the win. Time Lord second. Veyron third. Donut fourth. Pyden fifth. JD sixth. Massive Noogies in seventh. Logan in eighth. Slick Willy in ninth. M3 in 10th. And the remaining missing out on the points today. Taking a look at the penalties as well, quite a few. But Jay Luciano once again on the podium and on the top step, to say the least. Sir, how was that one for you?
I don't even know what to say. That was just such a great race. Probably one of my best in this league. Like, once I saw it was raining, I had no real expectations, or I was just hoping maybe to get second or third, because I can't touch these guys in the rain, especially Veyron. Then we had some crazy weather. It said it was supposed to rain the whole race, but after lap 7, it obviously dried up, and it was just game on.
Yeah, crazy. And I think that was a wise call. Did you think in advance, I'm going to go 2-stop after the weather clears up? Did you want to go softs, mediums?
Well, so Jeff, actually, I got to give him the credit. It said new strategy available. It was either you could throw on softs now and do a 2-stop, or just throw on mediums and finish the race. And so Veyron had actually mentioned, I was in a party with him, that he was going to throw on softs. So I just figured I was just going to cover him and do what he did, and just in case. So I did that, and after like 6 laps, my softs were still only at like 20-30%. So like those initial few laps, the tire wear was really good. So I wanted to go soft, but I just decided to play it safe, go soft, medium, and it worked out great.
Yeah, it did work out great for you, and I think we can all say from just the viewing alone, it was well performed by you to just basically dominate from start to finish. Obviously, you had to make an overtake there at the end, but wasn't really too much to it. Jay, as always, thanks for coming for a couple minutes chatting with us, and well done on the win today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. And now I'm going to invite in my consensus driver of the day. I mean, the man kept it clean the entire time. He did great to put in a couple stints on the soft tires, and my vote for driver of the day, Mr. Slick Willy. Good to have you in here, sir.
Oh, it's an honor to be up in the booth with you, Braps. Thanks to the guys racing over at Formula 20. Good showing by Luciano there. And yeah, always a great commentating. I did it for you guys. It's awesome. Thanks to my fans.
Willie, you absolutely crushed it. I mean, between qualifying, you did really well. Obviously, you did well in the first stint in the wet, and then you pulled off a pretty interesting strategy. You went soft after the rain cleared, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, that I gotta give a shout out to Salty there. You know, he really changed my mind about the soft tires. You know, I saw they were the better tires after being a practice lap and doing a couple practices before. Yeah, just thought the softs were better, and you know, everyone's on mediums. Thought to do something different.
Yeah, and I think I can say from myself, dude, well done. I'm very happy for you. Happy to see you in the points, even though it's two very well-deserved points, and I'm very, very pleased with the performance. Willie, thanks for coming into the booth, bud.
It's an honor. Thanks a lot for having me.
Absolutely, no
Bye, boys.
problem. And guys, on that note, I am going to wrap things up in the booth. It's been a long one here, I know, but we appreciate you tuning in for the entire thing. If you haven't, if you're watching this back, thank you for catching this back on the other side. But for now, guys, that's going to be it for me. Next time on the channel, same time next week, and make sure you're there for Formula 20 Round 7. We'll see you very, very soon.